Hey guys, this is Deeth in Total War. Welcome back to my channel. We're here with another replay. Today we have the Duke playing as Harganeth with Crone Hellebron at the head of his forces. And on his side we also have Hans playing the Warriors of Chaos, and they will be led by Sigvald. For the other side we have Pachadran leading the Lizardmen with Gorak. And then on his team we have Boki, who is playing the High Elves. He has Tyrion at the head of his forces along with a Mage of Fire. So let's get into it and see how this goes. So we will start out with the forces of evil to begin with. Looks like we have a front line of bleak swords here with Harganeth, and then we have a unit of dark shards, some great sword shades, and then we have a couple units of dark riders, some spears of Cain, 2 units of chaos lancers, and some Harganeth executioners. So a nice ambush setting up over there. Then it looks like we have a second line of Chaos Warriors, followed up by Chaos Halberdiers. And then we have the Aspiring Champions here in the back, along with the Black Guard of Nagorond. And then looks like we have a couple more units of Spears of Cain out here on the flank. For the High Elves, looks like we have a front line of Warriors, backed up by 2 units of Silverin Guard. Then we have some White Lions of Trace. Not sure how you pronounce that. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3 units of armored archers. There's that mage. Looks like she is on the chariot. And then for Gorak, we have 2 units of Pterodon riders, the Payhawks Sentinels, Regiment of Renown right there. 2 units of Skink Skirmishers. Looks like we have some Dragon Princes for the High Elves hiding over here, along with a unit of Skinks, Red-Crested Skinks, and then another unit. So it looks like he went for pretty much a Skink Corps. Then he has the Dread Saurian right there, just trundling his way to mash up some evil dudes. And then we have a Bastillodon with a Revivification Crystal, and then just a Feral Stegodon. And then there's Gorak. So let's get into it and see how this ends. So the forces are good. Look like they're beginning to move up their skirmish forces. Evil has decided to stand where they are and meet them. I'm honestly not too sure if the Dark Elves are evil, but since their economy runs off slavery, we're just going to call them evil. I mean, if you watch some of the units, the things that they do with those whips are just downright horrific. So it looks like they are going to move up a little bit. Both Boki and I believe Hans are new players to the mod. We recently had a tournament Saturday, and they joined the mod just to play in that tournament and have stuck around. So it's nice to see them here. We're always looking for new players, and it's nice to help new players learn the game or learn the mod and just have some fun. Looks like the Pterodons are moving up. They will probably reveal the Dark Riders over there, so they're going to move up a little bit. Great Sword Shades are taking a couple pot shots. Right now, it's really just jockeying for position. The Sentinels are coming around to flank, and those Dark Riders got spotted. So no reason to leave them in the forest. They do take a disadvantage for being in there, so it's a good call by Duke to pull them out. And it looks like those Great Sword Shades are trying to open up on those Pterodon Riders and just get a few models out of there. With their mobility, they could really be a problem, because there's not really... Oh, we do have a unit of Doomfire Warlocks hiding over there that I missed. So they are some ranged cavalry for the forces of evil, but it's not much, and the flying units there really bring a lot of mobility, and so if they can knock them down a little bit, that'll help them keep a hold of them. Looks like the Dark Riders charged in and lost about 25 models, and then lost another couple models there off the charge. That poison's really slowing them down, letting Gorak and the Red-Crested Skinks get in there. But they're going to get some backup by the Bleak Swords, try and peel them off so they can take a second and hopefully not just route off the map. It looks like that will work. It will peel them off a little bit. Pterodons are moving on top of the Great Sword Shades, forcing them to move back. Chaos Warriors here are moving up. And the Spears of Cain are charging in. And I believe they should trade fairly well into the Skinks. I'm not entirely positive, but based on the unit, I believe they'll do just fine. Yeah, already down 7 model. Looks like it's about even. Melee attack, melee defense, armor. If anything, I think their lack of armor is what will lose them that fight. But the Dread Saurian has moved in. This unit is so hard to bring in multiplayer because it's so expensive, but when it actually does come in, it is just disgusting to see. With the skinks on its back shooting and the jaws that are bigger than a man, it can just really do some damage. It really is a joy to watch. And I believe Assault Blight going down there from Crone and Hellebron. And it looks like we have Crone and Hellebron dueling it out here with Gorok. And it looks like she was actually winning that engagement before he peeled off. She is anti-infantry, but on this mod it doesn't matter too much since things have been rebalanced a little bit. Nice charge by the Dark Riders into those skink skirmishers, but here come the Dragon Princes to peel them off and save their back line. Nice ambush over there. Looks like we had Witch Brew pop, which does rampage Crone Hellebron, but the buffs it brings, that 60% base weapon damage and 24 melee attack, are huge. And with those Chaos Halberdiers moving in to help her fight Gorok, that is not going to end well for him. So we have Sigvald moving over here looking for that Tyrion fight. I think Tyrion wins that one, even with the buffs to melee lords, and Sigvald is no longer as bad as he once was. 295, 80, 125 armor. Yeah, if anything, the armor is what'll win that for him. But we do have the High Elves moved up a little bit. They're really getting some nice shots there into the Spears of Cain, which look like they've kind of been forgotten, so they're just taking some free shots there. But there's a lot going on, lots of micro. Everybody makes mistakes. Silver and Guard are in there fighting with the Chaos Warriors. Looks like the Chaos Warriors are getting the nice side of that, and they probably are taking some friendly fire there. Looks like Gorok did not beat Crone Hellebron. That first engagement dictated how that entire thing was going to go. So he is broken, and she is going to try and chase him down. Now the White Lions, with him charging through there, they may slow her down. Oh, if he can get through, that should slow her down enough to where that he can come back. Yep. So he should come back, unless the Chaos Warriors chase him down. But since they are engaged, I think he should have the chance to come back. And we got the skinks over here. We will probably see him again. Looks like the Dragon Princes won that engagement there. And then we have the skink skirmishers just pulling back. Route and come back. That's good. Great Sword of Shades are back. Not sure about it though. And we did have a Chaos Sorcerer of Death. I didn't see him either. It's been a little bit since I played. I'm a little rusty. Doomfire Warlocks, looks like they've got some nice kills. Chaos Lancers really doing a number. Got the Feral Stegodon there, out of control. They are just absolute tanks. It is really impressive how long they can go. And we got the Dread Saurian over here trying to chomp on. Trying to chomp on Crone. And looks like Gorok did come back. But the stat line that she has, she's just disgusting. Nice piercing bolts of burn-in going down over there. Gonna clear out the last of those Chaos Halberdiers, and they're gonna tear her out. They probably will come back. But Tyrion is not doing well up against Sigvald. Oh! Must have had an item that healed him. Because he was almost dead, and now he's back up to half health. It might have been the Revivification Crystal. Chaos Sorcerer took a lot of damage, but looks like he's going to come back. We have some more units routing over there. Back to the Blob. We have the Dread Saurian coming back, getting a nice rear charge on those Chaos Warriors. And with the... looks like we have a Wind of Death coming down. Is that a Burning Head? It is. It's so nice to watch. Won't necessarily do a great job against the armor, but every little bit of damage helps, especially in a war of attrition, which is kind of what this has turned down into. Doomfire Warlocks clearing off the last of that unit of skink skirmishers. Depending on how much damage they do here, they may just shatter them. If they don't, they'll probably get to the woods and come back. Skinks are sitting there waiting for the opportune time to come in. Tyrion is back dueling out with Prince Sigvald. Looks like the Revivification Crystal Bastillodon broke. And Stegodon is back fighting the Hargoneth Executioners. Luckily he did come back, so Sigvald is peeled off. And Tyrion is just sitting there, regenerating a little bit of HP. Being very tired, he's going to take some nasty debuffs. Looks like a piercing... Looks like it was going to be a piercing bolts of burning, but that got cancelled. And the Skink Skirmishers are coming out to try and make a name for themselves. That Dread Saurian is about to go down. He's only got 1,000 health left, but he's got 213 kills up to this point, which is huge. Considering the battle only started out with 2,200 units, the fact he's killed 200 out of 2,200 is impressive for a single unit. But that's why they're so expensive. They really are just a very dangerous force to be reckoned with. And if they get the chance, those Chaos Lancers may just chase off the Dread Saurian, but if they don't, there's a good chance he could come back. So it looks like Chaos fully committed over here and is starting to get rid of the forces over here. Really a lot of bodies, a lot of things have went down here. And the Dread Saurian did come back. He doesn't have very much health, so I don't know how much impact he'll make, but he is back. Gorok is sitting over here with 900 health. But the Skink Skirmishers are doing their best to make a name for themselves, and even not getting their charge in, the Dragon Princes should make short work of the few remaining units of Blackguard and Nagarond. Even though they're really good, they're just so battered that Dragon Princes shouldn't have any problem cleaning that up. Only got 6 models, and there's too much here for them to win that particular fight. Looks like the Dread Saurian came back, but he's not sure what he wants to do. Some of those poison shots from the Skinks on his back coming in. And the High Elves are pulling back a little bit, trying to reform their line before Chaos gets into them too much. Aspiring Champions are really trying to get into melee and stay in melee. They have an ability that transforms them, I believe, into a Lord of Change. Yep. If they stay in combat long enough, they turn into a Lord of Change. Which is really cool to see, but sometimes against more mobile builds they have an issue catching up. Maybe up against the Bastillodon, they can stay there long enough to transform. Because that would be cool to see. It looks like the Ashy Mage is still here, but not sure whether she wants to stay or not. And the Dread Saurian, he's back to active, so he could come back and make an impact. Even with that 800 health, a nice charge would really get some good damage in. But for now, he's just content to take some pot shots and shooting at the backside of these Chaos Lancers. They don't have as much armor, and so they'll do a little bit more damage, and that poison effect will help out the Silver Guard here. Might not help them enough to where they win, but it'll help them take a few more of Chaos with them, and that's never a bad thing. So it looks like the Pterodon Riders are committed and died. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you charge Chaos Halberdiers. But it looks like Tyrion is breaking, and he is probably about to die. Did he die? Nope, there he is. He's so covered in blood I couldn't tell it was him. And he's trying to get out, but there's so many models here that they're catching him a little bit. And I believe... well, he's broken out so far. That Ashy Mage of Fire is running for dear life. But Tyrion did get out of the fight. Oh, and then he died. That's too bad. The Skinks were coming, trying to save him, but they do not get there in time. But the Dragon Princes have decided that if their lord is going to die, they're going to charge in there and they are going to do their best to avenge him. Or stop. Kind of looks like Tyrion. Yep, there they go. And a nice charge off into those unit. Oh, there! Hey! There's the Lord of Change. Aspiring Champions have finally been in combat long enough where they can transform. There's a couple other units with a transform mechanic like that, and it never fails to impress. It's just really cool to see. Looks like some friendly fire there, or friendly damage. It's just fun to watch what some of the transformation does. There's the Chaos Cultists, which are a ranged unit that can transform into miniature Chaos Spawn. And there is a unit that I think turns into a Charybdis. Could be wrong. But it looks like Evil will carry the day here. Most of what I see for the Forces of Good is either routing or shattered. We do have the White Lions of Trace, Crace, whichever, standing there. They'll probably win against the Blackguard if they actually end up fighting each other. But the Silver Helms are putting in a good account for themselves, up to 224 kills, which is some impressive micromanagement there. But Sigvald is full health, and he would probably be able to put quite a bit of hurt on him. That Soul Blight going down is just going to help get rid of him faster. Looks like the Doomfire Warlocks took quite a bit of damage. Probably not entirely sure what they went up and fought against, but they did come back. That could probably have a little bit of impact if they get their leadership up high enough. With some Pterodon Riders there. Red Crested Skinks. Great Sword Shades are still sitting over there. Honestly, one of the hardest things is micro. You can be great at picking a good army and everything, but if your micro skills aren't there, it doesn't really matter, and it's something that takes time to be learned. It took me a long time to be comfortable using cavalry because I'd always forget to micro it. So it's just a learning experience. Gorak is still here. Looks like that unit, or that particular model, died and moved the banner over. But this is really what we have here. The White Lions and the Silver Helms, or the Dragon Princes. We're holding on, but looks like army losses will set in, and that'll be it for the Forces of Good. Unfortunately, Evil will carry this day. One of the replays looks like the kills got borked, but we do know that the Dragon Princes got over 200 kills and probably paid for themselves. We know the Dreadsaurian got close to 200 kills, definitely paid for themselves. And from what I saw, the Harganeth Executioners and Blackguard were doing quite well. The Crone alone did massive amounts of damage to Gorak. So even though we don't have the stats, it's kind of nice to see an aspiring champion once it transformed started putting some hurt on some units. But, well, that's the end of that replay. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully we'll see you again soon with another one.